Can you imagine this picture? You've got a wedding in 3 months, a fiancé who's your best friend, and a life plan that's finally clicking. Then she drops a bomb and you're left wondering if you're the idiot in this movie. That's me, Nick, 32, sitting in my beat-up Toyota in the airport parking lot, gripping the steering wheel like it's gonna explain what the hell just happened. My life was good, great even, until about an hour ago. Now I'm replaying a scene that feels like it belongs in some rom-com gone wrong, except I'm not laughing. Let's rewind a bit. I met Sarah 5 years ago at this dive bar downtown, neon signs flickering, sticky floors, the kind of place you don't admit you love. She was there with some friends, laughing too loud, and I was nursing a beer after a crap day at work. She bumped into me, spilled half her Bud Light down my shirt, and before I could even cuss, she grinned and said, "Oops, guess you're wet for me now." I smirked, shot back, "Love it for a splash, huh?" And that was it. We clicked. She was all fire, bright eyes, quick wit, the kind of girl who'd drag you on a road trip just to see a random waterfall. We'd pile into my car with a playlist of Springsteen and her terrible singing, windows down, arguing over who got the last gas station burrito. 5 years of that, and I thought we were bulletproof. 3 years ago, I got down on one knee at sunset, cheesy. Yeah, but she cried and said yes, so I figured I nailed it. Fast forward to now, February 2025, and we're knee-deep in wedding prep. I'm stressing over the guest list. Do we really need my cousin Dave, who still owes me $50? While Sarah's obsessing over flowers. White carnations, she says, because they're elegant but chill, whatever that means. I'm stoked, though. After years of scraping by, moving apartments, juggling jobs, we're finally locking it down. The venue's this little church with stained glass that catches the light just right, and I've been practicing my vows in the shower like a dork. Everything's falling into place, or so I thought. Lately, though, Sarah's been off. Not in a big dramatic way, just quiet. She's always been the talker, filling silences with stories or dumb jokes, but the past few weeks, she's been glued to her phone, scrolling through Instagram or texting God knows who. I'd catch her staring out the window, chewing her lip, and when I'd ask, "You good?" she'd flash a tight smile and go, "Yeah, just tired." I figured it was wedding jitters. I mean, who doesn't freak out a little before the big day? So I let it slide, cracked a beer, told her we'd get through it together. That's what we do, right? Then, 6 weeks ago, she hits me with it. We're sprawled on the couch, half watching some true crime doc, when she sits up and says, "So, my college crew's doing this Europe trip next month, like a once-in-a-lifetime thing." I blink, take a swig of my IPA and shrug. "Cool, sounds fun. How long?" She fiddles with her necklace, the one I got her last Christmas, and mumbles, 6 weeks? London, Paris, Rome, the whole deal. 6 weeks? Ha, that's a haul. But I'm not the controlling type. I grin, nudge her. Gonna come back with an accent and a beret? She laughs, but it's thin. Not her usual belly laugh. Still, I'm on board. She deserves a last hurrah before we're stuck picking out curtains or whatever married people fight over. Cut to this morning. I'm hauling her suitcase out of the trunk at O'Hare, joking about how she overpacked. Seriously, who needs 3 pairs of boots for Europe? She's fidgeting, checking her phone, and I figure she's nervous about the flight. I lug her bag to the check-in line, hand her a coffee, even slip a dumb note in her carry-on that says, "Don't ditch me for some Italian dude with better hair." She smirks when she sees it, stuffs it in her pocket. We get to the security line, and I pull her in for a hug. Quick, tight, the kind that says, "I'll miss her." She squeezes back, then steps away and looks at me, eyes weirdly distant. "Nick," she says, voice low, "I think we need a break." I freeze, half smiling like it's a joke. "A break? What, like I'm a Netflix subscription you pause when you're bored?" She doesn't laugh, just stares, then mutters, "I need to figure some stuff out." And before I can even form a sentence, she's turning, waving over her shoulder, disappearing into the crowd. I stand there, dumbstruck, watching her ponytail bob through the sea of people. Figure some stuff out? What stuff? My brain's a pinball machine bouncing between she's kidding and what the actual hell. I shake it off, trudge back to my car, keys slipping in my sweaty hands. The drive home's a blur. Some dude cuts me off on the highway. I barely honk. Too busy replaying her words. A break. After 5 years, a ring, a damn wedding date, she drops that like it's no big deal? I get home, slump on the couch, stare at the TV, still paused on that murder doc. I laugh, a sharp, bitter bark, because this feels like a crime scene now, and I'm the body left behind. Okay, maybe she's just freaked out, I tell myself. She'll call later, explain it. I grab my phone, dial her number to check if she's boarded. Straight to voicemail, weird. I text, you okay? What's up with the break thing? No reply. I pull up Instagram, search her profile, gone. Not just unfollowed, blocked. My gut twists. I try Facebook, Snapchat, even her dumb TikTok she barely uses. Blocked, blocked, blocked. I sit there, phone in my lap, laughing again, because what else do you do? I mean, who doesn't love a good airport plot twist? Guess I'm the sucker who didn't see it coming. So here I am, day one of this so-called break, and I'm already a detective in my own damn life. Spoiler, I suck at it. I'm sprawled on the couch, still in yesterday's t-shirt, thumb hovering over my phone like I'm gonna crack some big case. Sarah's words keep looping in my head. I need to figure some stuff out. And I'm sitting here wondering what stuff means when you've got a ring on your finger and a wedding 3 months out. I mean, I drove her to the airport, hauled her overstuffed suitcase, even tucked that dumb note in her bag. And now I'm blocked harder than a Tinder date who asked for gas money on the first meetup. I try calling her again that night, figuring maybe it's a glitch or she's just mid-slight. Straight to voicemail. Hey, it's Sarah, leave a message. Or don't, I'm probably busy. Beep. I hang up, stare at the ceiling, then text her instead. Hey, you good? What's going on? Nothing. I wait 10 minutes, refresh my messages like an idiot, then check Instagram. Her profile's a ghost town, not just private. Gone. I swipe to Snapchat, Twitter, every app we've ever shared a meme on. Blocked, blocked, blocked. It's like I got Thanos snapped out of her universe, and I'm left holding the dust. I laugh, short, sharp, the kind that hurts, because what else do you do when your fiancé pulls a Houdini at 300,000 feet? Next day, I'm pacing my apartment, coffee mug in one hand, phone in the other, refreshing her socials even though I know it's pointless. The TV's still paused on that true crime doc from last week, some guy ranting about betrayal, and I mutter, yeah, buddy, join the club. I'm not even mad yet, just confused, like I missed a memo. Maybe she lost her phone, dropped it in the Atlantic, but nah, you don't block someone by accident across every platform. My gut's doing flips and I keep replaying the last few weeks. She'd been weird, quiet, sure, but more than that. Late night calls she'd step outside for, brushing it off with a just jest, you know how she is. I'd nod, crack a beer, let it go. Now I'm wondering if Jess knows something I don't. By day 3, I can't take it anymore. I call up Mike, my buddy since college, the guy who'd tell me I'm being a dumbass without blinking. We meet at this hole-in-the-wall bar, peeling paint, jukebox blaring Springsteen, the usual. I slide into the booth, shove a beer his way, and spill it. She said we're on a break, then block me. Everywhere. What the hell, man? Mike takes a long swig, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, and leans back. Dude, she's either lost her phone in the Louvre or she's dodging you. Pick one. I snort, but it stings. He squints at me, that half-annoyed look he gets when I'm missing the obvious. You try texting her. I nod. Calling? Another nod. And? I shrug, chug my beer. Blocked on day 1. New personal record. He rolls his eyes, smirks. You're too nice, man. She's got you chasing your own tail while she's sipping wine in Paris. I laugh, but it's hollow, and Mike's words stick. Too nice? Maybe. I mean, I didn't flip out when she sprung the trip on me. Didn't bat an eye when she packed enough clothes for a year. Hell, I wrote her a note like some lovesick teenager. But chasing my tail? Nah, screw that. I drove her to the damn airport. I'm not the one who bailed. I finish my beer, slam the bottle down a little harder than I mean to, and Mike raises an eyebrow but doesn't push. He's good like that. Lets me stew until I figure it out myself. Day 4, I'm back in detective mode, scrolling through old texts like they're gonna cough up answers. Most of it's normal, her sending me dumb TikToks, me griping about work, the usual. Then I find it, buried a couple weeks back, a message she sent to Jess that I'd seen when her phone buzzed on the counter. Europe's gonna be wild. Don't tell Nick everything, lol. I'd laughed it off then, thought it was about sneaking extra souvenirs or something. Now it's a punch to the gut. Wild how? What's everything? My brain's off to the races. Her dancing in some sweaty club, some Euro dude with a man bun buying her drinks. I shake it off, tell myself I'm paranoid, but the seed's planted, and it's growing fast. I'm spiraling by then, second-guessing everything. Was I too clingy? Did I miss some big red flag? I mean, I'd asked her a dozen times if she was okay, and she'd just nod, smile that tight little smile, say, "I'm fine, yeah, right." I chuck my phone across the couch, rake my hands through my hair, and mutter, "This is bullshit." The apartment feels too quiet without her humming in the kitchen or yelling at me to pick a movie. I grab another coffee, fourth one today, my hands are jittery as hell, and pace some more, the carpet wearing thin under my socks. Mike's right. I'm chasing my tail, and she's out there, what, living her best life? Screw that, day 5 hits, and I'm done. I'm standing in the kitchen, staring at the stack of wedding invites on the counter, her handwriting on the envelopes all curly and perfect, mocking me. White carnations, elegant but chill. Yeah, real chill, Sarah. I pick one up, run my thumb over the edge, and feel something snap. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet little click in my head. This ain't happening. Not the wedding, not the break, not me sitting here like a chump waiting for her to decide if I'm worth unblocking. I toss the invite back on the pile, grab my phone, and pull up the venue's number. My finger hovers over the call button, heart thumping. But I'm not sad anymore, just pissed. And maybe, under all that, a little relieved. Whatever she's figuring out in Europe, she can damn well do it without me. Day 5 of radio silence, and I'm done playing the understanding fiancé card. Time to burn some bridges. Well, cancel some venues, at least. I'm standing in my kitchen, staring at those damn wedding invites like they're taunting me. Sarah's cursive loops on the envelopes looking way too smug for paper. My coffee's gone cold, but my hands are sweaty, and I've got this itch under my skin that's been building since I found that text from Jess. 5 days of nothing, no call, no text, just me chasing ghosts while she's God knows where. I grab my phone, thumb hovering over the church's number, and think, screw it. My heart's thudding, but I hit call anyway. The lady on the other end picks up, voice all soft and churchy. "St. Mark's, how can I help you?" I clear my throat, try to sound casual. "Yeah, hi, it's Nick Grayson. Look, that wedding on May 15th. It's off. Can you, scratch it?" There's a pause, then a little gasp. "Oh, honey, are you sure?" I grit my teeth, force a laugh. "Yeah, pretty damn sure. Bride's MIA, so..." She sighs, mutters something about prayers, and I hang up, feeling like I just kicked a puppy. Next up's the caterer. I dial, pacing the living room, kicking a stray sock out of my way. Some guy named Tony answers, all gruff and busy. "Yeah, what's up?" I lean against the wall, pinching the bridge of my nose. "Hey, Tony, it's Nick. Wedding's canceled. May 15th, no need for the chicken or whatever." He grunts like I'm ruining his day. "You're killing me, man. Deposit's gone. You know that, right?" I snort. "Yeah, well, my relationship's gone too, so we're even." He chuckles, dark and quick, then says, "All right, you're off the hook. Good luck, pal." Click. Each call's a gut punch, but I keep going. Florists are last. This sweet older lady picks up, and I can hear her flipping through papers. "Grayson wedding, right? White carnations?" I slump onto the couch, rubbing my face. "Yeah, that's it. Cancel it. Wedding's kaput." She makes this sad little noise. "You sure? Those carnations were perfect," I mutter. "Yeah, perfect for someone else's wedding." And she sighs again, like I'm breaking her heart. I hang up, toss the phone on the cushion, and stare at the ceiling. My hands are shaking, but my voice didn't crack once. Progress, I guess. I'm still sprawled there, half dead, when the memory hits me. That airport moment. Sarah's casual wave, her ponytail bouncing like she was popping out for coffee, not ghosting me for weeks. I'd stood there, dumb as a brick, watching her vanish into the security line, thinking she'd call later, laugh it off. But she didn't. She blocked me and bailed, and it clicks. Hard. This wasn't some I need space bullshit. She checked out, left me holding the bag while she's off sipping espresso or whatever. I sit up, jaw tight, and grab one of those invites, ripping it clean in half, the sound satisfying, like popping a balloon, and I toss the pieces on the coffee table, smirking. Figure that out, Sarah. Mike swings by an hour later, banging on the door like he's the damn cops. I let him in, and he's got a six-pack under his arm, grinning like a jackass. "Heard you're a free man now. Respect, dude." He flops onto the couch, cracks a beer, and nods at the torn invite. Canceled everything? I grab a can, pop it open, and shrug. Yep. Church, food, flowers, whole shebang. He claps me on the shoulder hard enough I wince. Good, she doesn't get to waltz back like nothing happened, I smirk, take a swig. Waltz? She's probably tangoing with some French dude right now. Mike laughs, loud and rough, and it feels good. Like I'm not totally alone in this mess. He leans back, kicks his feet up on my table. You tell anyone else yet? I shake my head, sip my beer. Nah, just you. Figured I'd let the rumor mill do its thing. He grins, pulls out his phone. Oh, it's gonna. Better brace yourself. That night, I'm buzzed enough to do something stupid. I open our group chat. Me, Sarah, a dozen friends, some family, and type, hey, just a heads up, wedding's off. So's us. Ask Sarah why, if she ever unblocked. I hit send, toss the phone like it's hot, and wait. It's quiet for maybe 10 seconds. Then the pings start. My screen's a war zone. Texts flying in like bullets. My sister Jen's first. What? Nick, you okay? Then my cousin Dave. Yeah, the one who owes me $50. Dude, no way. What happened? Sarah's friend Emily chimes in. All caps, Nick, call me WTF. I lean back, watching the chaos erupt, and it's weirdly satisfying. Like I just dropped a match and walked away. Mike's still here, scrolling through it, cackling. Oh man, this is gold. Look, Jess just asked if you're serious. I grab the phone, squint at the screen. Jess. Huh? Ms. Don't tell Nick everything? I type back, dead serious. Maybe Jess can fill you in. She's got the Europe scoop. Mike hoots, slaps the couch. Savage! You're on fire tonight. I'm grinning, but it fades fast. The chat's buzzing, but Sarah's silent. Not a word. Her absence screams louder than anything, and it digs into me, sharp, cold. I chuck the phone onto the table, lean back and mutter, guess I'll save the tux for my cat's wedding. Mike snorts, but he catches the edge in my voice, lets it sit. We finish our beers in quiet, the jukebox in my head stuck on some sad Springsteen tune. I'm not crying or anything. Hell no. But there's this ache, 5 years and she couldn't even text me back. Mike heads out eventually, claps me on the back again. You're good, man. She's the one who messed up. I nod, lock the door behind him, and slump against it. He's right. I'm done waiting. 2 days later, I'm frying eggs, badly, when my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something nudges me to pick up. Hello? Her voice cuts through, soft but shaky. Nick, it's me. I'm back Thursday. Can we talk? My spatula freezes mid-flip, egg yolk dripping onto the counter. Sarah? After 6 weeks of nothing, she's got the balls to call like it's casual Friday. I laugh, short and bitter, and lean against the sink. Talk? You've had 6 weeks. She stammers. I know, But I cut her off, voice steady as hell. Nah, Sarah, you figured your stuff out. I figured mine. I hang up, toss the phone, and watch that egg burn in the pan. Smells like crap, but I'm smiling. First real one in days. 6 weeks, 42 days, over 1,000 hours. That's how long she's been gone. Not a word, not a text, nothing. Then, today, like a bad sitcom plot twist, Sarah decides it's time to resurface. I see her name flash on my screen. My stomach clenches, but not in the way it used to. There's no warmth, no flutter of excitement, just a cold, detached irritation, like seeing an email from your landlord when you know rent's already paid. I let it ring out. Not 2 minutes later, my phone buzzes again, this time in the group chat. Sarah? Nick? Can we talk? Privately? Oh, so now she wants privacy after 6 weeks of vanishing like a magician who forgot the part where they reappear? I crack my knuckles, my annoyance rising like a slow boil. Me. You made it public when you ghosted me. Spill it here. I watch the little dots appear, then disappear, then come back. She's hesitating, trying to find the right words. I already know what's coming, some half-baked excuse, some attempt to twist the narrative into something that makes her look like the confused, overwhelmed victim. Finally, she responds, Sarah, I needed space. The wedding was a lot. I panicked. I let out a dry laugh. Panic is locking yourself in a bathroom. Panic is ugly crying into your pillow at 2 a.m. because life feels like too much. Panic is not booking a flight to Italy, sipping wine on the Amalfi Coast, and blocking your fiancé on every platform. Jake, my best man and one of the few people who didn't take her side, chimes in. Jake, Sarah, come on, you don't get to oops your way out of this one. Bless this man. Sarah tries again. Sarah, it wasn't like that. I was overwhelmed and I thought if I took some time, I could figure things out. Me. And yet, somehow, taking time mean deleting me but keeping all my groomsmen on Instagram? Silence, a long one. I picture her sitting there, her phone in her lap, scrolling through a mental list of excuses, trying to find the one that makes her look the least shitty. And then, right on cue, the reinforcements arrive. First, her mom. Sarah's mom. Nick, honey, Sarah's a mess. She made a mistake. You two have history. Don't throw it all away. Oh, sure, let's sweep the last 6 weeks under the rug because we have history. Like that suddenly erases the part where she treated me like an old pair of sneakers she forgot in the back of her closet. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes again. Sarah's dad. Man up, relationships take work. My grip on my phone tightens. Me. Man up? I did. By not chasing someone who ditched me. I hang up before her mom can start the whole, let's have dinner and talk, nonsense. Like a plate of spaghetti is going to erase 6 weeks of absolute disrespect. I barely have time to breathe before my phone dings again. A couple of our mutual friends are jumping in. Lena, Nick, she didn't mean it. She just freaked out. Give her a chance. Ben, she cried all night, man. She's really sorry. Sorry? Sorry is forgetting to pick up milk. Sorry is stepping on someone's foot at the grocery store. Sorry isn't disappearing for 6 weeks and then acting like I should roll out the red carpet when she decides she's ready to talk. I toss my phone onto the couch and rub my face. My jaw is clenched so hard it aches. I exhale, trying to shake the anger, but it just shifts into something heavier. 5 years. 5 years of inside jokes, weekend trips, lazy Sunday mornings, gone. I glance at the framed photos still hanging in the hallway. Our trip to Colorado, the dumb carnival selfies, the blurry shot of her laughing so hard she snorted. I walk over, lift one off the wall. My thumb traces over the glass for a second before I shove it into a box. One by one, I start clearing her out of my life. Hoodies, books, that stupid candle she swore smelled like Christmas. Into the box. I find her favorite mug, some overpriced thing from an indie bookstore in Portland. For a second, a stupid, irrational part of me wonders if she'll come back for it. Then I chuck it in too. I stare at the growing pile of things that used to belong to us. Now they're just reminders of the version of me that still believed in her. I need air. I grab my keys, head outside. The night is cool, the city buzzing with life. I walk aimlessly, hands in my pockets, trying to make sense of everything. How do you mourn something that isn't even dead? How do you grieve for a future you were so sure was set in stone? I pull out my phone, scrolling mindlessly. More messages, more opinions. Everyone has something to say about how I should feel, what I should do. But none of them were the ones left standing at the altar of their own life, wondering what the hell just happened. I type out a message. Me, Sarah. I don't owe you a conversation. You made your choice. I'm making mine. I hit send. Then I block her. Again. I take a deep breath, shove my phone back into my pocket. I should feel better. I should feel lighter. Instead, I just feel tired. By the time I get back to my apartment, the box is still sitting by the door. Like a wound I keep poking, and then, as if the universe isn't done with its sick sense of humor, my phone buzzes one last time, a text from an unknown number. Sarah, I still have your key. Let's fix this. My stomach twists. She still has my key. I stare at the screen, my fingers tightening around the edge of the box. Outside, the wind rattles the window. Fix this? No, Sarah. You burned this to the ground. A letter in 2025. I stare at the envelope like it's a relic from another era, some ancient artifact from a time when people actually sent handwritten apologies instead of just posting vague, regretful quotes on Instagram. Sarah, she still has my key, and now apparently she has a plan to start fresh. I've got a locksmith and zero patience. I sigh, flipping the envelope between my fingers. A part of me considers tossing it straight into the trash. No return address, no return effort. But some morbid curiosity wins out. Maybe I just need to see the final excuse, the last desperate plea, so I can be absolutely sure that I did the right thing. I slide my thumb under the seal and pull out the thick stack of paper inside. It's not a letter, it's a novel. Of course it is. The words blur together at first, something about how she's sorry, how she messed up, how she never stopped loving me. She thinks we can work through it. She thinks I'll cave. I keep skimming. She wants counseling. She wants to talk. She thinks time apart has given her perspective. Oh, and the kicker, she's driven by my place a few times just to see me. I stop reading. What's next, a stakeout? A coincidental run-in at my gym? I set the letter down and take a slow breath, pressing my fingers into my temples. I shouldn't be surprised. Sarah never knew how to let things go. She treated people like unfinished projects, always circling back, always trying to tweak things until they fit her version of reality. I glance at the door, the lock that I haven't changed yet. That changes today. I grab my phone, pull up a locksmith's number, and book an appointment for later in the afternoon. I'll be damned if I let her waltz in here like nothing happened. The thought of her just showing up makes my skin crawl. I go back to the letter, skimming for the final play, the grand gesture she's got planned. But before I get there, my phone vibrates again. My mom. I answer, already bracing myself. "Hey, Ma!" "Nick, honey, you're not going to believe who just showed up at my door." I close my eyes. "Tell me you didn't let her in." "I might be old, but I'm not stupid," I exhale, running a hand through my hair. "What did she say?" Mom snorts. "Oh, she came in crying. Big performance. Said she had no one else to turn to, that she just needed to see you." I groan. And I told her what I should have told her months ago. "He's done, hun." So am I. That makes me pause. My mom likes Sarah. Not at first, but over the years they found a rhythm. She saw Sarah as bossy but well-intentioned, dramatic but loving. Even when Sarah left, Mom still tried to play devil's advocate, urging me to just hear her out. But now, she's out too. I lean back against the couch, letting that settle. It's not anger I feel, not sadness, not relief. Something quieter. Finality. Sarah's desperate. She's reaching for whatever ledge she can find. But I'm not offering my hand, not anymore. "Thanks, Ma." She sighs. "You doing okay, sweetheart?" I glance at the open letter on my coffee table, at the life I almost walked into again. Yeah. The locksmith comes that evening, changes the locks in under 20 minutes. "Messy breakup?" he asks, spinning the new key between his fingers. "Something like that." He nods, like he's heard this 100 times before. Probably has. When he leaves, I test the lock, twisting the key back and forth. Feels solid, secure. It's funny how something so small can give you peace of mind. I sleep better that night. The next morning, I start the paperwork for a restraining order. Not dramatic. No cops at my door, no shouting matches. Just a couple of forms, a filing fee, and a sigh of relief. I half expect Sarah to push back, to throw one last Hail Mary attempt at convincing me she's changed. But when it gets served, she vanishes. No texts, no calls, no more group chat please. It's over. I don't celebrate. There's nothing fun about getting a legal document to keep your ex from showing up uninvited. But there's a weight that lifts off my chest, one I didn't even realize was still there. I grab a beer from the fridge, pop the cap off with a flick of my wrist, and take a long sip. The silence in my apartment isn't lonely, it's peaceful. A week later, I book a solo trip to Colorado. No drama, no baggage, just me, some hiking trails, and a break from all the noise. Jake and Mike come over the night before I leave, bringing beer and absolutely no sympathy. "So, what's next?" Mike asks, cracking open a can. I smirk. "A week in the mountains." Jake raises an eyebrow. "Alone?" "Alone." Mike lifts his drink. "To dodging bullets and bad fiancés." I clink my can against his, taking a long sip. The taste is crisp, cold, easy. There's no dramatic moment of realization, no sudden epiphany about love and life, just good beer, good friends, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing I made it out of something that could have wrecked me. Mike glances at my phone on the table. "She tried calling again." I shake my head. "No, and I don't think she will." Jake leans back, kicking his feet up. "You ever think about what you'd say to her if she did?" I consider that for a second, then shrug. "Nothing. I think I'm done saying anything at all." The night before my flight, I stand out on my balcony looking at the city below. 5 years. 5 years of memories, of planning a future, of believing in someone who wasn't who I thought she was. Gone. But I've got a hell of a story and a clean slate.